Hello, this is Taha.
This is Anaina,
This is Movie Masala.
and we're here to yap at you about films we've watched recently.
And today we're doing
Vicky Vidya ka wo wala video. Unfortunately.
मेरी तो नई शादी हुई है ना, तो रात भर कमरे में ही था।
आप
मुझसे ही शादी हुई है।
करती क्या है आप?
डॉक्टर हूँ।
अच्छा, ये बाल तोड़कर
फोड़ो वोड़ो की डॉक्टर नहीं हूँ मैं।
बीते तुम्हें लेट हो रहा है ना, तुम निकलो। हॉस्पिटल
मैं
जा।
निकलती हूँ। बाय।
काफी बड़ी डॉक्टर है ये।
This week, Taha is going to be talking about a good Bollywood film of late. So I thought, why not watch shittiest one I can possibly find on Netflix? And I won't because I did, and it was this one. So it released around last year, late 2024, and it's directed by Raj Shandilia, who directed things like Dream Girl, Comedy Circus, Dream Girl 2, etc. etc. Anyway, and he's written it as well.
some that can be sometimes a bad combo.
Yeah, some ideas need to be kept to yourself. And once again, this film joins the corpus of why was this made? Who decided this was a good idea? And who put money behind this? Because when I tell you that this film did not need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes long, I don't think it even needed to be 1 hour and 20 minutes long.
I don't think it needed to be, full stop.
For real, it's trying to destigmatize sex. Sure. But it's not destigmatizing sex. And its main hook point for people who don't speak Hindi. Ka wo wala video. Vicky and Vidya are the names of the two main characters. Vicky played by Rajkumar Rao. Vidya played by Tripti Timri.
Okay, I like Rajkumar Rao.
No, you don't. After this
Okay.
film, you don't.
Okay.
No, you don't. Anyway, ka wo wala video means that video. And that video is basically talking about like a sex tape that they filmed on their like wedding night / first night of their honeymoon or whatever. And the whole point of calling it a whoa video or a that video is that talking about sex is like really stigmatized within Indian culture. Specifically, this film draws attention to the really specifically North Indian, Punjabi / UP middle class family.
Got it.
I mean, that's not to say that it's destigmatized everywhere else. It's pretty much stigmatized everywhere else as well, regardless of caste or, region. But yeah, I understand why you would have the urge to make this film. But some urges need to be shut down real quick. Because nothing about this film destigmatizes sex. It only turns it into a running bit that is just taken to like absurd places. The only thing mildly interesting about this film is that it's not set in current times, it's set in 1997.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. It's set in Rishikesh in 1997 when Rishikesh was like still in the state that is now known as Uttarakhand. Then it was known as Uttar Pradesh. And I know it's meant to be like, oh, back then people did this thing as well, and it's CD because it's based in like 1997 and back then people also went on honeymoon to Goa and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yes, I get it. I know what you're trying to say. You're not saying it though. And that just goes by the plot of this film. So just a quick rundown. Basically, Vidya, doctor, is about to get an arranged marriage, but she is in love with Vicky, a mehndi / henna artist, for those who understand what henna is. They trick their parents into letting them marry each other because otherwise, if they said, oh no, we love each other, we want to get married, it wouldn't have happened. So they kind of do a elaborate
Okay.
con. They get married. They go on honeymoon to Goa after lying that they're going to like a place of religious pilgrimage or whatever.
I would never do that.
Fine, we're okay till now. Then they make a sex tape. Then the sex tape gets stolen from their house. They're watching it and trying to have sex or whatever. And then they go to sleep because their, I don't know, elderly grandfather interrupts them, but he's blind luckily, so he doesn't see the sex tape. And then their house
Does
gets
he not
robbed.
hear it as well?
It gets lagged apparently as,
Okay.
oh stop. I don't know. Anyway, and basically then the house gets robbed and so does the TV that had the CD player with the CD. Then they I don't know, embark on this quest to get it back. But Vicky doesn't tell Vidya that the CD has been stolen because Vidya would rightfully so lose her shit. So
Yes.
he tries to find it by himself first, and in the mix gets involved in like some local burglar bandit mess. Then there's a god woman involved who turns out has tried to kill the burglar they think have stolen the things. There's a Zimbabwean woman who's stolen their like ancestral sword, and so Vidya sees Vicky with that woman and thinks he's cheating, so she follows him. And then she finds out that the CD is stolen, and then they both try and go and look for it. And then the burglar, whose name is Badshah, is tried to be killed again. And then it turns out that the video is with someone else who is then blackmailing Vicky and Vidya for 2 lakh rupees, which is like 2,000 pounds, to like get it back, but they don't have that money.
This feels
And-
like
but
too
then
much
he's like-
plot. Like this feels like I'm so
Right?
confused.
And
Like,
I'm not done yet.
okay.
I'm not done yet. Yeah. And then Vicky's grandfather and, promiscuous sister also somehow overhear the extortion call. So they try to procure 2,000 pounds. Then they accidentally reveal the truth, but the grandfather thinks that the sex tape is about him and their maid. But then they reveal it to him that it's not about him and their maid. It's about, the two of them. And then they all the burglars and the sister, and there's a random policeman who is after Vicky's promiscuous sister. They all somehow end up in the same place, which somehow happens to be a funeral. And there's a whole mix up of like, there's a funeral procession for a guy called Cristiano da Costa or CD. Can you see where this is going?
This feels like you asked like ChatGPT to be like, can you write me a plot? And then it'd be like, go on. Okay, keep going. Add more plot.
Exactly. And then there's like a random plot twist. So basically, Vicky and Vidya's wedding happens at a communal wedding. And then there's a whole plot twist about how the people who run the communal wedding do it as a charity, but it's some form of corruption. And they're somehow involved in this as well. Long, painful, arduous story short. They don't get the CD back because it happens that the CD that they do get back is not their CD. It's a different kind of video. And when they do find the CD, turns out it was under their bed the whole time. And, like a random child cousin finds it, hides it. And then as Vidya tries to get it back from it, it flings out of her hand onto a mini truck that is playing religious songs and carrying like an idol of a goddess. And Vicky and Vidya chase the truck. And it's meant to mean there's going to be a sequel.
This is too much. This is like one plot device doing too much. Because I also feel while you're doing all of this, you've lost the plot of what the film was supposed to be about.
Exactly, which is why when I say that I understand what it was trying to do, but it didn't do it at all at any given step. Which is why I say I don't know why this film was made. I don't know who thought it was a good idea to put money behind it. And I don't know who thought it was a good idea to distribute this and then let it get on Netflix.
Money?
Money. Yeah. At this point, I think
Money.
this is all a money laundering thing. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but it has to be. I hope it's money laundering at this point.
That would make much more sense.
But yeah, nothing about this film was good. The plot, shit. The direction, shit. The acting, oh God bless Rajkumar Rao and Tripti Dimri. They're good actors. They started out their careers doing such good films, meaningful, impactful films. Even when they did comedies, they were at the very least funny.
Rajkumar Rao's trapped when he's just stuck in a building is like incredible acting work. Like I still think
Oh my
about
God.
this film randomly sometimes.
Rajkumar Rao stars in one of the best like representations of like queerness in India, and like he stars in a movie where he's like in a lavender marriage as a gay man with a lesbian woman, and it's so good. That film like made
Why are we not talking about that?
I fucking know, right? No, that film made me and my parents like comfortable talking to each other about my queerness and my
Aw.
sexuality, and it's like exactly. And Tripti Dimri did Kala, which I think is so beautiful. The artistry of Kala, the music of Kala. It's gorgeous. What possesses you to do films like these?
Money.
I know it's money, but you have to know that there's nothing you can do as an actor to save these films. You're just
Yeah.
ruining yourself and your reputation. I'm so sorry.
Fair. Fair.
And of course, it has the usual comedy suspects like Archana Puran Singh, who's like showing up in every movie these days as like a comedy, whatever. And Malika Sherawat as Vicky's sister. Vijay Raz as the police officer or whatever. So it has like people who are known for comedy and like good comedic timing. It just makes use of none of it. And I'm just like, I don't know why I do this to myself, but I was like, you know what? I think it's time people see the two sides of Bollywood in just like 1 week,
Fair
you
enough.
know, on this podcast. Yeah, that's about it. I have nothing good to say about this film.
Well, you know, it exists.
God forbid. God forgive.
So those are our thoughts. Thank you for tuning in. This podcast is produced solely by us with musical assets from Pixabay. If you enjoyed this, please do share it. See you again next time.